Hi, my name is Zachary Angelet, and I'm going to go over something I'm working on for tagging text, basically. So, to kind of jump right into it, if you were to have this text right here, which is like a command, so to speak, and you'd run it, and you'd be able to get the token, the near tag, the post tag, and the phrase tag. Maybe not for every single part of it, and it's still work in development, but as I'm testing, I'm trying to add to it. But it would go something like this, basically. And right now, you'd have a list of tokens, a list of near tags, and then the POS tags for most of them. Well, no, actually, for all of them. Sorry for the formatting of this. And then the phrase tags. I think I can probably. Let me see if that'll fix some of it. Yeah, a little bit. Not really though. But anyways, the point is that you can kind of break out phrase tags over what's kind of going on with the command that you give it. To a degree, obviously, if you change things, you're gonna have different kind of tags as I'm trying to update things, because a lot of it is the rejects, and then kind of overlaid with deterministic tagging, sort of, to ensure, just because the rejects kind of gets, because it does it in order and it may not be perfect. So there's just certain keywords like the or whatever that you may want to tag. This is all done in like by scratch. Um, so it's not perfect. Obviously, there's like little libraries full of things. Um, Basically, the logic of it is here. You're taking a tag, you get into post tags, you run it through a verb checker, a noun checker for the post tagger, then you run it through the nerd tagger, their noun check, and their verb check, and then the phrase check. And that's really, and then you're spitting it out, and you're breaking it down when you print it. And so, why do all this, sort of? Well, you can take these kind of phrases, so to speak, phrase tags that are hopefully kind of generic, although I'm working on it, and hopefully apply it to commands. It's not perfect. Like I said, if you start adding in things, you'll see it breaks down kind of quickly. Please create handler named Jim. Let's see if it even remotely does it. No, I guess it does. Oh, but then please isn't under tag. I still gotta fix that. But the point of me making this is that you don't have to rely upon any kind of dependencies. Obviously, I'm going to be changing this project. But if you want to take these out and do your own thing or build on it or whatever, then you don't have to worry about dependencies. And to me, that's important because when you're working with a bunch of different APIs and you're using Go, the point of Go is to keep things simple. But if you're working with a bunch of APIs and you have nothing but API code that'll change on your feet, Go can help, but you're sort of losing the bigger picture. That doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means that Go's whole point is kind of to be defensive, simple, and hopefully not changing. And so you want to build packages that don't change. You want to build or use stuff that you've built so that that surface area of using Go becomes more important. Otherwise, why use Go in a certain sense? I mean, there's stuff in there that for interfaces and everything that makes things easier. Again, it would be easier to use Go with API code. I'm just trying to say that if you're going to follow the Go philosophy and you have the ability to, even though companies tend to not do it that way, um, you might as well go all the way with that philosophy. This way, everything is simpler, easier, better to maintain. Um, Things don't fall out from under your feet. Um, it just becomes an easier world altogether. Some people get that, some people do not. Some people from the JS world, which I think a lot of times come to Go, just want to throw in as many libraries and APIs as humanly possible, and they don't see the difference. Oh, it breaks, so what? Well, my point is make one package to do it well, and especially if you're the one who created it, you don't necessarily have to worry about it changing. And this one, I'm obviously changing a lot. So when I say that, this is not even beta. This is some that I'm just trying to work in my head to be able to do. I'm also using the IDX editor, sort of. So it's nice because you can do things like, you know, their tag, highlight it, and just plain out ask it, what's wrong with my highlighted code? And it'll just tell you right out, you screwed up. And I've just been using it. I don't know. That's extremely nice. But yes, I've been working on that. Well, I still need to push it, but I made a GitHub thing on it. I'll link it. And the point is that there's plenty of natural language processing libraries that obviously work a lot better than this one, because there's a whole standard and everything that I just don't follow. But I want to break it down to the point at which you can use it. I want to break it down to the point at which you can take the code and do what you want. I want to release the idea of all this generic reliancy upon APIs where things change, are not readable, and as a group, it's just another pain point. So hopefully, this sort of untangles some of that, and some people just will not get it, don't care, and that's fine. And I'm not here to deal with that. That is what that is, and you do what you do. But to me, it's extremely important, especially on my own projects, to not deal with maintenance stuff and just to move on. I obviously really need to work more on the phrase tagging. That's because the real issue is it's not an LLM, a large language model, and it doesn't necessarily follow all the standards. Because I'm trying to gear it toward computer commands, so that you can break them out and do what you want. And so there becomes a lot of issues because different people talk differently or they use different languages or whatever. And this obviously doesn't take that into account. So it's just another thin layer above commands to make it easier to run them and customize them. And that's really all it is. So don't expect it to be, llama or whatever. It's not that. But yeah, that's generally what it does, why it does it, what I've been working on, and how I've been doing it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.